Morning. Started day 7 on the Cape Wrath Trail. I'm about to begin stage 6, which is heading to Kinlochhew. But I pushed too hard yesterday. I'm camped in the grounds of the Strathcarron Hotel, where I had a couple of pints last night with the owner, and he made us a pizza, pepperoni, which is lovely. And I've had a relatively good night's sleep, to be fair. I don't want to do another 23 mile a day. But I've just plotted a route from Strathcarron up here, up this. It's going to be a horrible busy road, but if I cut across here, follow it up to Kinlochhew, it's only 17, I say only, it's only 17 and a half miles. And if I'm tired along the route, if I start here, I can possibly tap out here halfway. Or there's camp spots up here as well, so I might actually be able to get to Kinlochhew today, by the end of today, if I get packed away now and crack on. So it's going to be raining all day today, so I might not even do any filming, you know, because I'm going to waterproof my camera, I'm going to waterproof everything, get my rain stuff on, and I'm just going to stomp on, I think. Right, I don't know what this is going to sound like, because I've had to waterproof my camera. So we're expecting some rain today, and I'd rather do it now than later on when it's raining, so I don't think the sound quality is going to be that good. But I'm full of head to toe in my rain gear. I'll show you what I've got later on. I'm just basically head to toe in Berghouse like I normally am. So I've just left the Strathcarron Hotel. I popped in this morning to say thank you to Richard for last night. I sat with Richard, he made us a pepperoni pizza. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. And I had 3 pints of San Miguel. Oh hey, but I pitched in the field opposite. I put my earplugs in and I fell asleep. And nobody told us, but they were doing work on the railway last night. So at about 1 o'clock in the morning, they were drilling away with a massive big one of them pneumatic drills, you know. But full of San Miguel and earplugs in, I was alright, you know. I had a good sleep, to be fair. So today's stage, I think I've showed you a little bit on the Harvey map that I'm going to sneak up the middle. There's a lot of road walking, which I'm on now. But every time a car comes past, I've got to step on the verge, you know, which is a bit crap, but it means that it's possible that I could get to Kinlochhew. Did I see Kinlochbervie earlier on? Kinlochhew is where I'm going. And it's possible that I might get there today. 17.5 mile. And the GPS reckons if I get a stomp on, I could do it in about 7.5 to 8 hours. Which would be good, because I think I'll get there around 6 o'clock, half 6. But halfway, there's a Bothy or a bunkhouse or something like that. So depending on how I'm feeling, because last night on that last stretch, my God, my feet, I felt like quitting. If I'm being honest, I could have just easily quit. But I pushed on with the promise of pizza and beer, and I'm glad I did, because it was definitely worth it. Right, we're coming up to Strathcarron Junction now. We're going to take a right, and is it a busy road? I'm going to walk on it anyway. I mean, there's a big grass verge, and it's not very quiet, it's not very busy, so, and I think I'm on there for a canny few kilometres, like. So I might bring you back for a little bit of a crack on later on. Otherwise, I might just put my headphones in, get some Kings of Leon on, or Jerry Cinnamon, something like that. I was even listening to Monta Musica yesterday when I was coming through the Falls of Glomac. MC Tazo and all that. I was enjoying it, like. So in fact, I might stick that on, because that's what I used to listen to in the gym when I was training, and it used to always help. So if there's any time that I need a push, it's today, like. I can totally see why people quit this hike. I think one of the most difficult things for me is going to be when I get to Strathcarron, which is in a day or 2 days or something. When I get to, not Strathcarron, when I get to Ullapool, which is like considered the halfway mark. It's over halfway. Like I'm actually onto the second Harvey map today. There's 2 Harvey maps, south and north. I've actually moved onto the north one now, so map wise I'm halfway. And day wise I'm halfway as well. Like by the end of the day I'll have done 7 days, and obviously my goal is 14 days. But I need to try and shorten that way. I need to try and... I've got a couple of not easy days coming up, because there's no easy days. There's absolutely no easy days. Every day is an absolute killer. But there's a couple of shorter days coming up. So I might have to try and, rather than do 10 miles, maybe do 13, 14. You know what I mean? Just to try and get that little bit further. But the problem is with that, you're not guaranteed a camp spot for the night, you know. So, right, I'm going on this busy road here. Well, it's really quiet, to be fair. So I've just done 14 kilometres there in 2 hours 40 minutes. You know, I've come off the road. I'm cutting up. I'm cutting up there. It's not too steep, not yet. I'm going to go up through some woods, and then I don't know where I'm going after that, because I've got all my map and all that wrapped away in the dry. So I've just been stopping every now and again and getting a look at the GPS and that. And I think there's about 15 kilometres left to go today, which, if I can get a good stomp on, I should get to Kinloch in 4 hours. But I don't know how rough the ground's going to be, you know, or if there's even a path. So if it was anything like yesterday, yesterday was brutal. So I'll bring it back when we get a bit further up. It was pretty slow going coming up through this woodland, but it's absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see in the distance there, that far body of water right at the back. I walked along that loch late last night, and I've came up the other side of it this morning, and then up past this body of water, round, and then up onto the tops. And I don't know if you can see over here, look, but there's snow. You can't really tell, but there's snow on the mountains over there, like. Oh, they're all white on the top. But what a place this is. Well, that's me out of the woods, and it's just like pure back out into some just beautiful, I wouldn't even know what you call it. It's just absolute barren landscape, like. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a pretty okay looking 4-wheel drive track where I'm going to follow for I don't know how long. But yeah, things are going well. 10 to 1. We've already covered some ground, like. I can still see some snow on the tops in the distance. But I don't think I'm going up there today. I don't even think I'm going up there tomorrow. We'll see. I'll have to have a look at the maps. I've just been looking at one day at a time, really, you know. But how we will crack on. Kings of Leon. Good like. Hello salmon. But we're going, pointing with the top one, we're going up, 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 and then down the other side. I think. Heading through now to start the descent into Kinloch U. Oh, these rocks are horrible to stand on. I'm about an hour away from Kinloch U now, and I think by the time I get there, today will be a 7-hour day, 7.5 hours, something like that. So today overall has been a really good day. Not too bad at all. I mean, I've been caught out in the rain a little bit, but it is where it is, you know what I mean? I took all my waterproof stuff earlier on, but I just started raining again, so I had to quickly hide them all back on. And then it stops and the sun comes out, and I don't want to take them off again in case it rains again, but you get hot and sweaty inside, like inside your waterproofs, you know. Oh, my feet are hurting. I can't wait to get in to Kinloch U now, and there's a bunkhouse, a cafe, and a shop, and I just hope they're open. I might get into the bunkhouse, like, I don't know if it's going to be like a bed or like a wooden plinth, like you have to put your own sleeping mat on. I don't know what the crack is, but I'm hoping that the shop's open and maybe it's the cafe. There's a hotel down there, so I'm not looking to get into a hotel. Like, I don't want to spend that money, you know. But if I can get up in the bunkhouse, and then maybe get into the hotel for a pint, and then if I get there early enough, I can have a good time off my feet, resting them, and then I can get an early start tomorrow for a massive day tomorrow. And try and hit maybe close to 20 miles away. I'll have done 17.5 miles a day. But that just seems so easy in comparison to yesterday's overall, I think close to 25 miles. I mean, that was a killer that yesterday. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. When it got dark and I was on that road heading down to Strathcarron Hotel, oh, my feet were just... Oh, the pain, I mean, feet hurt now, but the pain last night in my feet. I was concerned, you know, and when I got to that hotel last night, man, that was just, and that pepperoni pizza, cold pints. I mean, overall, I'm really enjoying it, you know, and genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, not once have I thought about quitting. Not once, like, I know it's tough, but I knew it was going to be tough. And I like the fact that it's tough. So I like the challenge, you know, and it is challenging, this Cape Wrath Trail, like. But I mean, this Cape Wrath Trail business. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Heading down here, and then there in the distance, top stick, is Kinloch U. Oh, we made it. Well, you nearly made it. Oh, bring it back down the bottom. End of day 7 on the Cape Wrath Trail. I'm in the campsite. Got my socks and all that drying on the radiator in the toilet. I've had a shower. And I've had a fish and chips at the local hotel. And now I'm back in a bed. My feet are... I'm a bit worried about my feet because I'm hobbling about at the end of every day. If I could handle that. But I'm just not sure if my feet are going to get us to the end. I don't want to fail because of my feet. So I'm just going to rest them for the rest of the day. And hopefully in the morning they'll be alright again. Not feeling it today, I'm afraid. Oh, my feet. I'm going to get packed away and head off. So I'm just leaving Kinloch U campsite, where I got pitched up last night quite early, and then I made my way down to the Kinloch U Hotel, I think it was called, where I had fish and chips and 2 pints of Guinness. I'm on holiday, man, you know what I mean? So, treat myself. I mean, the fish was pretty crap, to be fair. It was just one of them frozen ones, you know, but it is what it is. So we're heading for, I can't remember the name of the place we're heading for now. Shillavell, something. There's a Bothy there. I'll put it on the screen what the place is called. And then that'll be halfway to Ullapool, I think. And then I'm going to make it to the Ullapool tomorrow. But if I struggle today, I might camp around Loch Nid, which is a loch in the middle of the mountains, I think. So I might be doing a wild one tonight. Well, regardless, I'll be doing a wild one, because even if I make it to Shillavell, which I think it's called, there's a Bothy there. But I'll still be sleeping in the tent, you know. I don't want to sleep in a Bothy. So I think we've got about 17.5 or 18 miles to do today. Been nursing my feet. I managed to get some plasters and some more plasters yesterday from the shop in Kinloch U. Because my feet, I was hobbling around last night. I had a shower in the campsite and I was able to dry all my socks on the radiator. So I woke up this morning and my socks are bone dry, all of them. And my shoes are pretty dry as well, so I've bandaged my feet up as best I can. I mean, my feet always feel good in the morning. It's not until mid-afternoon they start to hurt and end up crippled. I mean, they're starting to hurt now, but I'm on tarmac. But I think we're going to go off the track in a minute, so and we're heading up and over these. So that was just a little update. I'll bring it back in a minute. That little beast, amphibious car, 8-wheeler. So we came round that bend all the way down this road here, down underneath, back up this side. We're heading up, along and up and then down. You can't see the path there, but that's the path. And it goes round the other side. Oh, I can't continue with my feet like this, like. I felt good the first few K, but now, that's hurting so bad. But I'm going to put these sponges in me underneath my insoles in here. See if it helps with a bit of cushioning, you know. About there, you reckon? Might not help, it might. It's worth a try, isn't it? Because I kind of go on like this. I don't know if it's even in the right place. Can't tell. To be about there like that. That's right where it needs to be there. If I tighten these right up so there's no movement, you know. Is that about where I'd have it? Oh, it is, aye. We'll stick that in. I tell you what, I might not make it to the end, you know, because of my feet. And that's genuine, that, like. physically, the rest of my body, my knees, my hips, my muscles, my mind is all good, but I'm struggling with my feet. When I get to Ullapool tomorrow night, hopefully, I might be able to buy some insoles. Feels any different, but oh, the pain. Really struggling with my feet, like. Could this be the limiting factor for me completing this trail? My feet. Let's have a little walk about. It's got to be better, man. It's softer, isn't it? I just feel a bit better, I think. It's given us a little bit of cushioning, to be fair. It feels a bit uncomfortable, but it does give us a bit of comfort, bit of cushioning. It's these types of roads, man. Now you put see that little stone there? It looks like nout. When you stand on it, it digs right into where you got your blisters, you know, and it's one of them. You spend like a whole day scrambling through bogs and swamps and down the side of mountains and that, and you see a track like this and you're like, oh yeah, track. But the track's horrible. You're better off, although it's slower, navigating through bogs and all that and mud and different like degrees of incline, because when you're walking on like a slant and your ankles are working all over, while you're walking on different sides of your feet, you're taking the pressure off. But when you're on a track like this or tarmac, just the same pressure areas, oh, just bang, 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 bang for hours, you know. And like my knees, my hips, my mind, my muscles, everything is absolutely tip top. It's just the pain on the balls of my feet and the blisters and the hard skin. I coated them up with Vaseline last night, my feet, and then put them in my sleeping bag and just with no socks on, you know. And I woke up this morning and the first few steps were a bit hobbly, but I thought, cushy. But then bang, I've done about 4 or 5k on this gravel 4x4 track and my feet are hurting again. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, 3 minutes to 10. So I don't know what they're going to be like at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, but I might push on to the Bothy, because I'm sure it's got a fireplace. There's a couple, must be in their 60s. I met yesterday on the campsite and they're doing a bit of a section of the Cape Wrath Trail and they're heading to that Bothy tonight. They said they might stop at Loch Ned on the way up because it's a bit closer, but I might bump into them again at some point while I'm having my dinner later on. I might catch up, or I might see them in the Bothy. A nice couple, to be fair. And the guy was telling us that there's a fireplace and there's sometimes some wood and that there you can burn, you know, so that would be nice, wouldn't it? And to be fair, I think that cushioning has helped a little bit. When I get to Ullapool, if I can get some insoles, you know, them, is it shawl or skull or something? Some shawl party feet for me stilettos. You know, them little gel things that you get for, I'm sure women get them to put in their stilettos, because when they're walking around on their tiptoes, you know. A pad like that would be nice. Feeling that. A couple more of these sponges, you know, and just, even if I could trim them down into the shape of my sole and just put about 3 or 4 in each foot, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, because tell you what, actually, you know, I mean, it's still knacking, but it's definitely took the edge off that. It's definitely took the edge off. Them little sharp stones aren't affecting us as much, but every now and again you go, on one, you know. But these poles, tell you what, and you look like a proper Highlands hiker with your trekking poles and that. You couldn't do this hike without them, in my opinion. Like each when you dig the pole into the ground, it takes a lot of pressure off your feet. It doesn't seem like it does, But over a 10-hour day, if you've took a couple of grams off each step, you know what I mean? A couple of grams off each step, when you've done, God knows how many steps. I don't know how many steps I've done. I mean, I know everyone's got them, everyone has them Fitbits, don't they? They're like, oh, I've done 10,000 steps or something, or 20,000 steps. And I say, well, you've been to work all day, what do you want? Everyone does that, you know, it's not, to me, your body gets used to that, doesn't it? So you do 20,000 steps a day, or 10,000, whatever the goal is. But if you do that every day, then that just becomes the norm. It's not challenging, is it? Am I talking rubbish again? But I should have had like a pedometer. Is that what it's called? A pedometer? And seen how many daily steps I've been doing, because it feels like it's in the millions, like. It must be over, like, what does an average person do when they're like, they've got an active job and all the rest of it? Is it 20,000 miles, 20,000 steps? Or 10,000 steps? I can't remember if it's 10 or 20. But I've easily doubled that. Surely I'm doing 40 or 50,000 steps a day. Or is my mathematics a million miles away? And I've done hundreds of thousands, I don't know. Do I care? I'm trying to calculate in my head how far I've come. Because I think I'm about, wait, Ullapool, when I get to Ullapool tomorrow night, that's considered the halfway point. But it's actually further than halfway, it's actually more than halfway. So maybe I'm about exactly halfway now, you know what I mean? Days wise, I was halfway last night, 14 days, and that was the end of day 7, this is day 8. And it's what, 230 miles to the lighthouse? So I must have done over 100 miles, I must have done about 115 miles or something already. 115 miles, that's mad, isn't it? 10's worth of diesel, that. 10's worth, no, I haven't said that, it's 20 quid's worth of diesel, that. I think I get 102, I'm talking crap again. I'm just bored of this 4x4 track. And I was listening to music, but I've listened to the same music over and over now for days. The same Kings of Leon albums, and the same Oasis albums, and the same Jerry Cinnamon album, and I've got a couple of albums left to listen to, but I've downloaded the script. Why did I do that? I'm not massively keen on the script. I just seen it and just I thought, oh, I'll download it. I'm not going to listen to the script. It'll put us in the right old sad mood. Listen to that sort of behaviour, you know what I mean? I need some like inspirational stuff. I mean, I have got Monte Musica downloaded, and a couple of tracks with MC Stomping and MC Ace back to back, which I might delve into. I mean, I delved into a little bit of Monte Musica yesterday. Was it yesterday? When I came over the falls of Glomac. And I really enjoyed it. So I might stick that on again. And it's that one there, the Monte Musica set. It's, I mean, not that you'll be interested, like, but MC Tazo, MC Impulse, MC Electrics, and DJ Movin'. DJ Movin'! And it's just it's like all the Makina music. Oh, and Tazo and Impulse, and Electrics and all the three of them. They all like swap and drop, you know what I mean, back to back and all that sort of behaviour. And it's just mint, like.
Let's go. Talk the fucking take that here, cultivator. Roxy in, pods, well, chocolate slave maker. Billion jobs so big, I use it, kicks that sense of paper. Smoke up in the UK, smell the faces in Jamaica.
Proper mint. Reminds us of the younger days when we used to go to a nightclub called the Monkey, the New Monkey, in Pallion, Sunderland. It was a rave club that started at like 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, but didn't finish until about 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh, and it didn't sell alcohol, so you can imagine, oh, what would happen in there, in a place that didn't sell alcohol, that was open until 7 o'clock in the morning. But it was such an experience, the New Monkey, man. And that was the last proper rave club. And they'll never, I know that for a fact, there'll never be another club that comes anywhere close to the New Monkey. Nowhere near. It was intimidating. You used to stand in the queue and feel the vibrations of the music through the wall while you were waiting to get in. And it was just dark, and they had lasers, and the music was loud, the MC. And the people in there, wow. Basically, and this is no disrespect to anybody, I mean, I used to go myself, but it was the roughest bunch of lads and lasses from all over the northeast. But they're all in the same place together. From like Newcastle, Felon, Gateshead, Sunderland, Hendon, all the way down to Redcar, Middlesbrough. And you know what? There was never, or very, very, very rarely, any trouble. Everyone was just there for the same thing. The buzz, man. Everyone was just there to rave. And I had some of the best times of my life in the New Monkey, like, as an early teen. What a place. And I remember about a year ago, I was in the petrol station filling up my car. And some young'un came in, you know, and he had like the New Monkey blasting in his car, and he was like MCing along and that, and he got out and looked at me, he gave us a hacky look as if to say like, what? I'm listening to the Monkey, blah. And I looked and thought, mate, you weren't even old enough to even know what the New Monkey is, man. You've never been in the Monkey. You might have a rave tape in your car, and you think you're cool in that because you're blasting it. Mate, I was there. I experienced it. You know, and it's funny how the youth think, well, I mean, I was one of them myself, you know, and I was one of them myself, and I thought I knew it all as well, but nah, you know, I don't really, do you? You know, you don't know, man. You weren't there. But fair play to you though, for keeping the rave alive. But just don't let it get to your head, son. You know what I mean? Just remember, respect your elders, the people who used to go to these rave clubs. Right, we're on that bit of the road that I've just pointed to, but I've just but then I've come around the top and it's got to go. You go over there, and then over and over and over. You can't really see, but it continues. The journey continues. But I've just stopped to get my breath up and have a little look back at the view. Lovely jubbly. I've been turned around every now and again, and I've not seen that husband and wife come in, so I don't know what time they've set off, or if they even came this way. I mean, this is the only way to get where we're going. Oh, and fuck, can I see them? Nah, that's just, you always think you see something, you know, but then it's just like a tree stump or something. I don't know, it looks like two people, that, but they're not moving. They're moving. Ah, that could be them actually, like right in the distance. That definitely could be them. I think it is two humans, that, like. Oh, so that might be them then. They're about a kilometre away. I'm guessing. Maybe it's a mile, I don't know. Ah, it's definitely them, like. This is one of the sections that I was more nervous about, because it's like completely barren, very little path, and the path's intermittent. I mean, you look at the ground we've got to cross. You've got to come across that grass, you know, and there's little faint bits of path like this that go on for like 50 yards or whatever, and it just goes back into nothing. So it's like kind of difficult to, but I'm just so glad that it's not foggy and the weather's on my side to get past, and it's actually quite enjoyable. The hills and the different terrain is really good for my feet, and my feet are basically painless in comparison to the earlier on. So I'm actually really enjoying this section. I've just done 10 kilometres across that sort of ground where I've actually come from around the corner, but it looks exactly the same as that. 10 kilometres I've done since the last time I was on video, and I'm arriving at Loch Nid, which is there, which I might stop for a cuppa, might even make some porridge oats. So there's Loch Nid. I'm just going to sit on this rock and I'm going to have a nice, I'm going to have a chicken curry and a cup of coffee before my next leg onto the Bothy. I'm just going to sit now and wait for that meal to rehydrate. It takes about 8 minutes. Wasn't quite enough water for a cup of coffee, but I've still made one. But I might need some gas because, I mean, there's still plenty in there, like, but there's not enough for another 6 days. So I might be able to buy some in Ullapool, like just a little mini one. Is a backup, and then that should be enough till the end, I think. If I go to that Bothy tonight, if I cook any food at that Bothy, I might use the gas what's there, because you usually find bottles of gas in Bothy's, you know. So I need to be a bit more mindful. But at the same time, if I want to have a cup of coffee, I'm gonna boil it. You know what I mean? What a place to sit and have my dinner though. See the water coming down off here, fresh off the mountains. It's dripping all the way down here. It's going down into that big river down there. So before I get to this Bothy, which is about 5k, 6k that way, I think, up that windy road over the top of that mountain pass, I'm going to get some of this water to filter. Oh, it's beautiful, absolutely ice cold, no metals, no chlorine, nout. It's mad to think that the water that you scrape off the floor is better than the water that comes out your tap. You know, it's mad that, isn't it? Oh, river crossing, the 100th river crossing about. So we're coming up to the Bothy there now. Oh, it's deeper than it looks. Oh, it's shin deep. Oh, but that feels lovely, that on your feet, the cold water, really nice. Anyway, we're coming up to that Bothy now, and I've been told it's a canyon, but I don't know if I'm going to stay in it. I'm going to have a little scope about first. I know that the older couple there, they're going to be staying in it, and they seem dead sound. But there might be already people in there, you know what I mean? So I'll only stay in there if I've sort of got a room to myself, you know what I mean? And that sounds a bit selfish, but I don't fancy sharing a room with somebody else. I'd rather sleep in my tent. If there's some nice flat grass outside, which there's some lovely little pitches over there. I mean, oh, look at that waterfall in the distance, man. Some lovely pitches in between them trees, but cow shit everywhere. So I'd be scared that cows will come during the night, you know what I mean? I mean, I can't see any, but you didn't know, do you? Imagine waking up and the cows are trampling your tent. So I'd be nervous to do that. But this Bothy should be alright, I mean, shouldn't it? And usually Bothy's have got a bit of nice grass outside. Just have to wait and see. But I've had a chicken curry for me dinner. But I've only had that today and a flapjack this morning. But I'm going to have another meal, because when I get to Ullapool tomorrow evening, I'm going to get fish and chips, proper fish and chips. Not like the one I got yesterday, proper one this time. Because Ullapool is like a little fishing village, a bit like Whitby, I think. But you go to Whitby for fish and chips, don't you? I think Ullapool's the same sort of crack, you know. So I'm going to get a nice fish and chips, Scotch haddock or something, and I'm going to try and get into a bunkhouse or a hostel or something like that for the night. And I think there's a Tesco's where I'm going to buy loads of nice stuff. I fancy some like chocolate croissants and that. Some more cold meat, you know, the salamis and that. Because the salami I got before, oh, it seems like ages ago that. I really enjoyed that. And I've been thinking about it ever since. Just some salami and pepperoni and like a German meat selection, something like that. You know, the bits of thin cheese and that. No, smoked cheese. It's a bit rubbery, but it's just something about it, isn't it? Oh. But not tonight. Another camping meal tonight. Oh, the chicken curry ones aren't that nice, to be fair. But I've got a ham one, I think, ham and cheese or something, which is lovely. I don't know if I've got a salmon one left. I know I've got a beef casserole or something. Or is it beef? Hot beef hot pot or something. Oh, I was just wading through water. And I've got another chili con carne, which was alright. Big kidney beans in it. But I think the ham one, I hope there's a salmon one left because that's my favourite. I don't think there is, I think I've scrammed them ones. Not bad, is it? What time are we on? 5:57, nearly 6 o'clock. I'm going to get to this Bothy by about... That's weird. That might not be the Bothy because my GPS says, hang on. We'll do a live GPS reading. Click on that one. ETA at destination, 16:47. It's not going to take 47 minutes to walk to that Bothy I've just seen. But I don't know how accurate that is, you know what I mean? Let's have a look at the map. Zoom right out. That might not be the Bothy. Oh, I hope it is, because I don't think it is. Has to be, man. Has to be, doesn't it? If it's not, I'm going to be devastated because I thought it was. And I started thinking that was the end. It has to be, man. It has to be. Wishful thinking. Hey, it might have been further away than I thought. Oh, it's a bit of a hill to get out first. And there's the Bothy in the distance. Do you see it? Just in the distance there. There she is. Nestled at the bottom of that massive mountain range. Just sitting there waiting for me to get in and rest these tired feet. Never. 2 kilometres. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. That when all the roofs fell in and all that, it looks kind of dodgy. So 2 kilometres, which that's no that. Loads of deer. Loads of deer just crossed over the river there, but it was too far away. This GoPro couldn't pick it up. I've been sunburned. Look rough, me, don't I? Look like I've been in the wild for a week. Finally made it to the Bothy. Oh, now I might just sign off here. Obviously I'll video the Bothy and show you it, but I might just sign off here because if there's going to be people in the Bothy, I don't want to be that guy vlogging, you know what I mean? Oh. But today, overall, has been a really enjoyable day. I had massive doubts last night and this morning because of my feet. But the mixture of terrain today is, I mean, my feet are knacking, like, but loads better than what they were, you know. Not just bashing on tarmac on flat roads. It's actually been really enjoyable today. So it's been a long day. 28k I think I've done. Just says 28k on the GPS. Oh, deer everywhere. You can't see them until they just start running. Deer so close. You know, see them on this, so it's pointless twisting it around. Oh, there's the Bothy. Tomorrow, 19.5 kilometres to get to a place where I then need to call a taxi to come and pick us up and take us into Ullapool. And that's the only stretch. It's only a couple of miles, but that's the only stretch on the whole trail where you pretty much have to, well, if you want to go to Ullapool, that is, like you have to use a bit of public transport. Can you see them or not? looks like hundreds of them. You have to get public transport because it's a really fast, busy road with no path, so it will be too dangerous to walk it. So apparently you get to a phone box and there's a number you ring for a taxi, and apparently they come straight along and pick you up and take you into Ullapool. The only thing is, I haven't got any cash. I've only got cards, so I mean that's a different issue. I'll easily get dropped off at the cash point because it's quite a big town, Ullapool, I think. It's got a Tesco's and all that, so that shouldn't be an issue. Right, I'm going to have to leap over this river. Oh, that was easy. Oh, another one. So you kind of get water from round here. I'm glad I got the water where I did, because people who are staying in and around the Bothy, they bring their shit shovels out here, you know what I mean, and they do their business right close to the Bothy, you know, next to the water sources and that, because some people are not that intelligent. So you don't want to be getting water from around the Bothy really, unless it's a fast flowing stream or a river. But I've got about nearly 1.5 litres of Highlands spring water, fresh from the Highlands spring, filtered personally by yours truly. Oh, I'm so close to this Bothy now. So apparently this one's going upstairs, and I've overtook the couple, so first dibs. I get first dibs. Anyway, I get to film it and show you what it's like without... I don't want to get the camera out around them, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be respectful, don't you? So I'll bring you back in a second when we get a bit closer. Quite intimidating mountains, them, aren't they? Big. Overlooking that loch, look at the sunset over there. And there's my home for the night. The Bothy. Finally. Oh, it's been a long day. 27.5 or 28 kilometres I think I've done today. Oh, it's a bit fucking dark and dingy in here. Yes. Jesus. Empty. Oh, there's a kind of gas there. Let's have a look at the top. Oh, yes. I'll use that to cook with tonight. Cool waterproof matches. What the fuck's down here? Jesus, it's fucking creepy, this. Sleeping bag. Right, should we have a look upstairs? There's no foot up here, otherwise I'm going to be... Oh, this is alright. Aye, aye. Nice one. Right, I'm going to go anyway because the people are coming now, and... Oh, there's a deer right there. So today's been mint. I'm going to get some tea on. There's a massive deer just walking past, but... Anyway, I'm going to get my tea on. Rest these feet. See you in a bit. got my water. I've got plenty of water, like, but there's a fast flowing stream there, so I'll just rather bottle it now than if I need it later on coming out in the dark. But I've just pitched up right outside the Bothy. I do want to share a room with him, with Humphrey and his Mrs. Kate. Although they're lovely, but it's giving them their own privacy. I'm happy outside, to be fair. So, but look at the sunset, man. Gorgeous, like it. I've got a mint pitch as well. The tents went up really well. So let's go and get some tea on.
Felt like a long walk. Well, we left at 9, didn't we? Got here at 7.